regularly scheduled program.
With this kind of money, you can buy your way in heaven.
That's where you're wrong, brother. We done bought our way into hell. The plain fact is that I promised the Lord I would never sin like this.
Indeed, it's me.
Tell you the truth, I'm not sure I even want any of this dirty money.
Big walk, nigga.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ralph.
Know that shit.
We'll find something to do with your share.
Yo, you know Spoke gon' smoke his weed. Money the root of evil, but it don't grow on trees. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I don't need a lawyer. I'm AI feasting on the Hoyas. The way I'm killing got these niggas jealous. I do what I want, not what they tell me, nigga. I'm rebellious. Press stick, got a pit stitch, you can smell it. Yak in that red cup, it ain't hard to tell it. It's Spody. My work ethic noted, they relate to my lines. That's why they be quoted. You niggas hopeless, lost in the source. Until you get clapped like applause. This that walker talk. I walk the walk and I talk the talk. Need the comp inside, I outline the chalk. Body bags, you are not as bad. Since I focused up, shit taking off like a launching pad. They say money is the root of evil. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people. Far superior, nigga, we are not equals. Gassed off unleaded, nigga, this decent. Tell your peoples I ain't playing with a full deck. Play stupid, catch a knife in your fucking neck. Southside, we outside. Throwing up the set, got them sick to the stomach. Throwing up, they upset. How the fuck you do that? Nigga, this me. I don't see no competition. Like it's just me. One man army. Move like nobody can harm me. 9 out of 10 times I got it on me. I'd rather be caught with it than without it. You jumping me, I'ma shoot my way about it. If it's crowded, make them part like the Red Sea. Fuck how they feel, a few mil is what I'm trying to see. Hold up, they say money is the root of evil. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people. Yeah, I see dead people. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people. They say money is the root of evil. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people. Yeah, I see dead people. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people.
Yes, you dead people must be my sixth sense. That prison time changed me. I ain't been the same since. Yeah, he alive, but he dead to me. Face shutters, he alive, well, he look dead to me. Look, crazy short, babe, better cut a nigga quick. Hang him off the bridge on some dead man shit. Look, this nigga scared. Get him the fuck out of here. Nigga, stay prepared to get him the fuck out of here. Money's the root of evil, so is the nigga spinning it. If I ain't about my kids, then I'm out doing nigga shit. Fuck how you feel. I don't really give a shit. I send you to the grave, I had your fam at the visit. And nah, they know your face. This one on me. You don't want me shit, nigga, this one on me. Fit for me like you alcoholic. Yes, you dead people. Hear the money calling.
Hold up, they say money is the root of evil. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people. Yeah, I see dead people. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people. They say money is the root of evil. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people. Yeah, I see dead people. Dead presidents, nigga, I see dead people.
Oh, so we in here, man. Trying to get it done. He's probably getting somewhere to get set up. But I said I was gonna try to get him back right after his fight. So we'll just wait and see. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even want to talk about no older fighter, man. Unless they got a fight, I don't even want to talk about it. Everybody got something to say. But hold up. My fault, y'all. So I'm just waiting for him to pull up. It ain't like y'all niggas ain't got nothing to go. Unless you're going out with your lady, you ain't got nothing to do. Stop acting like you do, you know. And if you do,
if you do, she getting dressed, you got dinner reservation or wherever you're going, don't start till 8, 9 o'clock. And it's gonna take her that long to get dressed. So you can sit back and enjoy the show. Real talk. But until then, let's right. And what's up, AC? Shout out to this, right? Because sometimes it be them guys, they can make it, they really be trying to tell you like they don't want to, but it's okay. But like I found it, I didn't get to see it live, but I found it and I was watching it, a little bit of it. But I'm gonna dissect it with y'all, right? Because I found it. Let's see. Well, so shout out to sports. What's that? Sports legend. Um, this was the fight. We can dissect this before he jumps on, and you can see. But this was his fourth professional fight inside of a year. And you know what I hate too? I don't know before. Like I gotta keep checking because StreamYard, this shit used to be easy, bro. See, look. See, look. Mm. Oh, give me a second, y'all, because I hate doing this shit. StreamYard shit used to be easy. Now StreamYard is a bitch. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Sometimes this shit is so annoying that you have to uh sometimes you have to put the link out for them so they can join the channel and then it'll work on some. This shit is different, bro, for real, for real. Caesar G was good, bro. Was good, man. But yeah, I just had to my fault, y'all. I just had to hit him up real quick, and I'm gonna see like I like with StreamYard, but like sometimes the shit don't be. to jump on sometimes, like, because they don't be knowing, they got to jump on a certain way. So I'm gonna throw the link out there. There he is, right there in the chat. Joe, you may have to try to go in through Google or Facebook, because when they ask you that, like, sometimes it be a bitch. The StreamYard shit be a bitch, and I'm suspended on Instagram until I can't go live until December 30th. After December 30th. So I was building my Instagram up so I could go live and shit, but they got a little upset with me, you know what I'm saying? So see, look, the shit, see, AC's up here. I'm trying to get the guest of honor up here. Sometimes that shit work, it send you other places. That's why Ohio had been trying to jump on for weeks, and then he said I gotta go on for Facebook. So the shit is a pain. It's a real pain in the ass, man. Word. Real pain. But he definitely stalking him. Using that jab. AC was good, bro.
What's good, bro? Just checking out the video you got right now. This was his last fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely looking like he working on some new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm talking to him back. I'm trying to get him. I don't know how he got on last. He got on easy, and then his pops had a little problem getting on.
Yeah.
And now he's like, because it's you know what it be like, they be hitting like, I think, I can't remember if it's the bottom link or the top link you're supposed to hit that take you right to it, when you don't usually do that, because
like when you like for me, um, I don't know what type of phone they have, but when you sent the link to me before, it made me sign in to StreamYard. So I had the app on my phone, and it just was a little second of just uh, the little thing popping up, and then I clicked onto it. So it was like, how do you want to do it? Do you want to come on with your Google, whatever, or your Facebook, iTunes? So I chose Google, and once I chose Google, it automatically downloaded it to my phone. And if y'all send me the link through my phone, I can get on. If you send me the link through my computer, I can get on.
Yeah, that's how, like, you gotta, like, a lot of people be like, man, I don't know if this shit costs or nothing. It don't, just to have the app and then you can just like link straight in, but it'd be a pain, bro, just to have it to your shit. Like,
yeah, no, it don't. To let people know, it don't cost nothing. It didn't charge me anything. It just sends me, little emails every once in a while that says we've updated this policy, or we updated that policy. You feel what I'm saying? That's about it.
them niggas just want, them niggas want, they want more money for you to pay. That's all. That shit sucks. I ain't gonna tell you no fucking lie. Be true. That shit just sucks the way them niggas be hitting you, bro. That shit is a different. You like, come on, man. And then you ain't compatible with certain shit.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what sometimes.
That was a good punch.
iPhone, they try to make that shit compatible for everything. Damn near everything.
But yeah, it went the distance on this, and they got to be to me, this was a win-win for them with Kamel not actually not making weight. But I heard what Kamel had said, and I wasn't upset about shit. I mean, everybody else can be upset, but I wasn't upset. Like, hey man, if he knew he wasn't gonna fight beforehand, what do you like? If you know whether you make weight or not, you're not gonna fight.
Uh-huh. Oh, so he was in a situation where he wasn't gonna fight regardless?
Yeah, that's what he said. Like I can only take these fighters that they were. He said he wasn't gonna fight regardless, some with his blood or some shit. So they
Oh,
couldn't find the blood test, and it wasn't his fault. But they kind of made. I don't know who fought it, but that's what he said. That's what he put out there. Like he knew he wasn't gonna make. He knew he wasn't gonna fight like 2-3 days before then. So
uh-huh.
I mean, if he's that just lets you know how much weight he cutting,
Yeah,
because the fight
that's
was supposed to be
crazy.
at 130.
That's crazy.
So if he was all the way up there, it may be time for him to go to 35, 40. The boy weighed in at 48 pounds.
Man, yo, listen. We still got to talk about this, man. Cause I don't know if it's just me,
Mm-hmm.
but I I don't know, man. Hitchens kind of looked off, man. I like his energy from what he was saying, but his body looked like it was off, like something gonna give.
Richard Henderson?
Yeah, at the weigh-ins. You seen the weigh-ins?
Yeah, I saw it.
What you thought? You thought he looked like compared to Parle, you thought he looked good?
Uh, I saw the New York version of Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow when they weigh in again, and then when maybe he knows how to, manipulate that weight restriction, but
But that's where I have to like kind of tread water here because I could bring up examples of where a guy looks similar to that but and lost. But then there's that situation with, Devin Haney fighting George Kambosos in that one. He looked worse than him and still won. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I want to see Hitchens go in there and be the best he can be and shit like that. I'm not really looking for the built-in excuses or anything, whether it comes from
Mhm.
either side. But at the end of the day, it's just like you had that bright-eyed, you could see every muscle in your face while you chewing that gum, and I don't know if that gum, the way you was chewing it, is gonna be your next meal for the next couple
Wait,
of
because
days.
I mean, bro, like I'm on some shit like lie. Like if you keep weighing in that, you keep going in that weight class and staying in that weight class, that shit is on you.
Yeah, like he don't like from what I saw off the back, I was like, nah, bro. Once he got on the scale and everything, and I just looked at him, I was like, hell no, bro. You don't belong at no fucking 140, nigga. You big as heck. Like, bro, look at you, man. You look like you should at least be at 47 right now. That's the lowest weight class you should be right now.
That's bro, like uh, I'm done trying to get these niggas. Like these niggas got to know, bro. Like you gonna fuck around and get in the ring with somebody who gonna fuck around and put your ass because you shouldn't be at that weight class. You done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, Father Time is a motherfucker, bro. Mother Nature's a motherfucker
Yeah,
because she telling you, listen, you don't
yeah,
belong.
that too.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
she telling just like I'm just hoping. I'm seriously, you know, hoping for the best of him because I'm not really looking for the built-in excuses. You feel what I'm saying? It's already a tough hill you got. You know what I'm saying? Looking
Yeah.
at the way the way everything stacked up against you. We talking Australia money. We talking another Australian champ that could bring new revenue into boxing and shit like that. All the way going back from Kostya Tszyu, Tim Tszyu, George Kambosos, um,
But I mean, bro, he seemed to be. I don't know. Is he based out of Puerto Rico though? Because they're in Puerto Rico.
Who, Paro?
Yeah, they're fighting out. He's fighting out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that part because it's the tournament. I guess they decided to hold a tournament in Puerto Rico, but the um, just looking at the dynamics of who the champion is,
Mm-hmm.
you feel what I'm saying? And then look at who's been coming out of Australia: Joseph Parker, again the Zoo and his son, George Cambosos. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like Australia does know how to produce, or the Australian boxing program does know how to produce a champion. You can get a champion coming, a fighter that can fight at the championship level coming out of Australia. So I don't know
But
if they,
I'm saying though, like I got to go back and check. He beat Sabrina Matias in Puerto Rico, and he's holding this fight against Hitchison.
in Puerto Rico.
As he said, "I Australia, and I'm over here in Puerto Rico." Oh,
But see, I always look at that as, you fighting in a country that's a beautiful country. I mean, a beautiful country all in its own. You feel what I'm saying? It's been devastated by hurricanes. Now you bringing revenue back there, back to back. You feel what I'm saying? That it's just that type of stuff that says, listen, there's something else a little bit baked in this whole situation, and you know, I just want Hitchens to be at his best, because in this fight, I just don't see it's the type of fight that he can that he can afford to let go to the judges.
what else is he gonna do though, bro?
Huh?
What else is he gonna do?
Do his best to stop that motherfucker, man.
I mean, I hope he don't look. He better not look like he did against what you call. I can just say that. I'll be truly honest with you.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said I hope he don't look like he did against what you call.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Power's gonna play that game with him.
Yeah.
Well, now some reason this shit not working for him either. Now. That shit is a pain in the ass. All the money I spent on this shit, it's a damn problem. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a pain, bro.
Well,
Because it'll say sometimes on your phone, do you want to go? You want to go through? You want to try through Facebook or your Google or like YouTube or some shit like that?
yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out like which one.
For who? For him to send it?
Yeah. To go through his Google account because it don't cost them nothing. Because Instagram Live is that person hits the button to join and you can do it. Like I wanted to do that shit so many times, but like I would have did it for this one, but I'm also like I can't do any Instagram lives until after December 30th.
What you done did to Instagram that they mad at you, bro?
You on Instagram? Oh, coach. Like it was this coach. Ah, shit. He said he tried everything. See, now I'm upset. You know what I'm saying? Because last time he did it, he was right up here.
Yeah. How did you do it last time? You did it the same exact way?
I'm about to ask him right now. See, this shit is crazy, bro. I really. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, what was you saying though before? 'Cause I'm still trying.
No, I'm just basically saying that, you know, I'm looking at everything that Hitchens is up against. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know, I just want you to be able to go in there and do your thing. Come back with that belt or whatever. Although initially I was saying, based on the energy that he was giving off when they had their first interview type thing with the red light, face to face, and all of that, where it's just them two talking. I didn't really like his energy in that thing because when Paro told him, he kept on saying he was trying to downplay Paro's fight with Sabril, and it was more so him just constantly trying to tell him. He was like, listen, you were there. You were there before I got there. You could have fought him before me. And then when he told them, he was telling them shit like that, and then told them the reason why you never fought him is because you and your team, don't have the confidence. And his whole demeanor just changed up, and he had that look where his head kind of went back, and I was like, oh, he just got in your head, bro. You just let this nigga get in your head. And, going up against like a dude like that, you still being a young fighter, you can't let these guys get in your head. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Can't let them get in your head. And it was clear that, Paro got in his head because his whole demeanor switched up after that through the rest of the interview. He was a little bit more timid, like, nah, I'm just trying to get an apology out of you for saying that, you don't think that I was ready for Sabril. And he was like, I'm not gonna apologize about that. I was like,
I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can beat homie, bro. I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you.
oh, he could beat Paro, right?
I don't know if he can beat homie, bro. Word. Like, you gotta prove that shit. Like, okay, Africa, you were a TMT fighter that didn't want to wait. So what'd you do? You ran over there to Eddie Hearn in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, these niggas is still talking to me about this shit, bro. This is why I think I got in trouble on Instagram for.
But that's where I'm coming from. It's like this is a good fight. If if um if Hitchens comes in there, ready for this. If he's not ready for this, Paro gonna beat the shit out of him. It's gonna look bad. It's gonna look really, really bad.
I ain't worried about that. Like, motherfucker, you get what you asked for. Poirot ain't telling no lies. He's saying, why the hell you ain't fighting when you should have fought him? You could have fought him. And now you think that you gonna cakewalk through me?
That's what he was saying. That's kind of exactly what he said.
And then the motherfucker that you, like, he ain't even gotta say it. Like, the motherfucker that you went to war with, he goes down and wait to fight a motherfucker. Don't even make the weight and get knocked out early. You think I'm supposed to be scared of you? I'm about to fuck you up, nigga.
Basically, that's what he was saying in that interview. Like, bro, are you not look at what just happened. Fucking Keyshawn goes in there and stops the guy you struggled with for 12 rounds.
Early.
What are you telling me? You're not. He's like levels, and that's what pissed Paro off too. When he was like, "I'm gonna show you that there's levels." Paro was like, "Levels. You just went 12 rounds with a guy that Keyshawn, who's just coming off being a prospect, knocked out. What are you talking about? Levels."
you know, styles make fights and shit too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's going on, man?
and
I'm
and I
having
think,
technical difficulties trying to get them on, man. I don't know. The string y'all be bullshit, and you already know.
but at the end of the day,
Oh, okay.
he
Oh,
good.
I don't. Hey, Joe.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the camera's not working.
It's sometimes you gotta fuck with it. It's
Yeah,
like
you gotta like when you first come on. Sometimes that happens with me. I gotta click the button a couple of times and then it'll connect. Like you just did. Yeah, you see how your avatar's showing up?
Yeah.
click it again. See, yeah. See, it's some your avatar, and then sometimes you can go to stop. And then when you report them to it, they be like, all they say is that they sorry. I ain't trying to hear that shit. But well, first of all, how's it been going on, young champion? How's it been going on in the making? How's it been going?
It's been going good, just got my fourth pro win, not even a week ago, like 6 days ago.
Yes, sir. I'm so glad that you actually pulled up. You know, it was my fault. I had some things I had to do, but I'm glad you pulled up on this Friday. And I seen that food you posted too. That's some good eating right there. Yeah, that's some good eating.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's some good eating there. But I just like before we even get to the fight, because I got the fight. I got the fight. I got to see it. We was just watching it. How did you feel knowing that? I mean, with the whole Carmel Moulton not making weight and everything, like because I mean, coming from a fan perspective, that's one thing, but now everybody eyes are on you, and I don't want to mess up your team, your label mate's name. What's his name? I don't want to fuck his name up.
Oh, Jersey.
Yeah. How did you feel like knowing that y'all had more eyes on y'all? Because I heard somebody scream out there, "You better fuck him up." Was that for you or was that for the other guy?
That was definitely for me. I heard him too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's cool. Honestly, like, Carmel's my guy, so I was a little upset that he couldn't be on the card fighting with me and Jersey, but I mean, things happen, so it is what it is. Me and Jersey did our thing. Showed up and showed out.
Well, like I said, I'm telling people, like, he said that he knew he wasn't going to fight. So, but a lot of people are saying that it was only 2 days and he ballooned up to like so much weight. And I was like, well, when you coming down on weight, if like those last few days, if you got to make weight, that's different. But if you know that you're not going to make the fight, 2-3 days out in advance, you don't have to like shit. Thanksgiving was like, are you serious?
I mean, like, you know what? I mean, everyone got the way of doing things. He might just be one of those people that, walk around a little heavy. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, at the end of the day, if you make the weight, you make the weight. And then, like you said before, he kind of knew he wasn't fighting. So it's like, what's the point in killing himself to cut weight to not go and fight? It's like, there's really no point in that. So, I mean, if I was in his position, I would have done the same thing. I'm not going to go cut weight and go make weight on the scale to not fight the next day. I mean, cutting weight sucks. So,
Yeah, man, you don't like. Yeah, I respect the process because cause like I'm glad I don't got to do that shit for real. So, but yeah, like because it was like man, I went searching for these and had to go find them. So, but DSG promotion, how is it? Because you already told us what it is with the money team. How is it fighting on Danny Garcia promotion?
super cool. It was a great experience. I'm super thankful to, Danny and Mike Farrell for, letting me fight on the card. It was pretty dope.
I appreciate that one because anytime that you can get a fight and fighters need to fight, this is your job. Y'all just don't be sitting around just going to gym spar. But
Yeah.
I see. Is that Jose Benavidez Jr. you in the ring with you were sparring with right there?
Yeah, I was like the week before I fought.
Mm,
Bro, you doing big things out here, bro.
that's
You getting in
another.
some great work.
Hey,
Yeah, got to work with the best. You want to become the
gotta
best.
work with the best, man. You know, hey, look,
Word.
he done got in there. Look, Rolly look a little out of breath right there. I ain't gonna lie. Rolly look a little out of breath. Hey, look, hey, AC, I'm gonna tell you what else I found. Right now, young King, don't get mad at me. Don't when you finally see me, don't do nothing dirty to me. I went looking now. I don't know who put this up here.
Yeah, a long time ago.
That's when those MMA days, kickboxing days, right there. I see the weight set behind you.
Yeah, I was probably like 14.
Ooh, boy. And I listen. I don't know if this is you now, but they put it out here now. I went looking. Is this you and the siblings?
Yeah, I was probably like 12 maybe or 11.
So now I'm telling you now, you one of my favorite fighters. Now I'm telling you, I done told people I'm not the Tank Shakur, the key, like all these guys with this shit. I ain't worried about them guys, bro. Because them guys is like the contract is politics now. You're straight for the love of it right about now. So I'm definitely gonna be checking up on you. I'm the Instagram post whenever you put something on YouTube, all of that. I'm definitely checking. We definitely checking for you. So let's dissect this fight right here, though, man. Let's get to it. Let's dissect this. While you're up here, your last fight, and how you feeling? Let's see right here. This is for educational purposes only, man. Don't be trying to flag it. So, because this guy, if I'm not mistaken, this guy was supposed to be a prodigy, and I guess he lost his first fight.
Yeah, he's actually a pro
I did some
MMA
research
fighter.
on. Okay, so he's no pushover, and I heard you say he's strong as shit. He looks strong as shit.
Yeah, he's big. I mean, like if you see the picture of me standing next to him, like you can see like the clear size difference. He's probably like over probably 185 right now.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, because one of my OGs was like, I showed him some of your fights. He was like, he don't move his head enough. I'm like, well, I mean, maybe if you see this fight, there's a lot of head movement right here, buddy. He was not letting the homie touch him like that. You gonna stick on the end of this jab, and
See but that's one of the things he's gonna have to transition to constantly work on, because when you're competing in martial arts, those head movements, like it's necessary in boxing, isn't that necessary, because you got hard blocks. You feel what I'm saying, or just completely move out the way. So I get where there will be a slight struggle in what he's doing, where people would give him the criticism of maybe keeping his head on the line just a second too
good check
long,
left hook.
or a couple
My
of
point
seconds
is
too
that was a
long.
good check left hook right there though. He looked like he just switched on him real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. Hold up. He just switched. Did he piss you off right there that you switched on him?
I mean, like I always been fighting both ways, so I mean, whenever I need to switch, I do. I just like do it to just change the look. But I mean, if I have to switch, I do.
But you I'm saying, like you switched on him. Like, hold on, you might have done something. I ain't like that punch you just threw. Now I got to touch. That one looked a little. I did like that. I was like, oh, he switched on him real crazy. I did like Body. What's going on, Body Work?
Salute, Pop. What's up, AC? Salute,
What's good,
Young
bro?
King Joseph.
What's up?
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep at this plan because that switch work was there. I'm gonna have to bring that back like full flex. That switch work, like, and that check. Matter of fact, I take back to that check left hook over here when he was trying to do too much. There go one. He look quick check left hook. You ain't. Yeah, yeah, shake. Look. Double jab. Clinch. Yeah, all that. Yep. Use the ring. This is like a really small ring too.
It
This
was
is
small.
This is like a WWE ring.
Yeah.
AEW, like a TNA. This is like one of them Ring of Honor rings where it's all action. there's no time, no space, or nothing. It's a 3-round fight. I guess Danny had to make it.
Just a quick question.
I mean, yeah, go ahead, bro. We dissecting it, bro.
No,
This is film work. I mean,
I wanted to ask him. It's about being on another card. Like, would he be willing to fight on the Jake card?
You said, will I be willing to fight on a Jake Paul card?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if he want me to be on there, I'd love to fight on a Jake Paul card.
That's what's up, bro. I love that energy, man. I love that energy because you see it already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Respect it.
Yo, over here on Twitch, bro, these people be on some other shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I get a lot of people trying to give me their promos and shit. But I see you did. I mean, even though it's like I don't want like no disrespect. It was like a ballroom.
It was some type of like new like theater / boardwalk hall type thing.
Theater / boardwalk. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because it looked packed in there, so you had full attendance in there. So this is how I would say this is core fans right here. These people right here gonna watch you for life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was also saying earlier, it looked like you're working on some new things. Is that the case in this fight?
Yeah, always. I mean, I said always. I'm young, so always working on new things, perfecting certain things.
Yeah. You could see in some like if you watch the transition of your fights, this is one that looks a little bit different than what we seen you do before. It was like before I seen you more. Or maybe it's just the clips of more walking the guy down, really being accurate with those shots you're giving them as you walking them down and stuff like that. It seems as though you're really trying to work on, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just guessing. It looks like maybe rhythm, footwork, and establishing distance.
Yeah, I mean, this guy you see that's how big he is. So I just figured, he's got boxing. I mean, I feel like I do that with everybody, but like my first 3 fights, I just from boxing, like those shots I ended up stopping those people with, like they just came naturally, and I found those shots quick. This person, he's a little bit awkward, so it was kind of harder to find those certain shots. And even when they did land, it's just like he's also a lot bigger than I am, so it's gonna be harder to get him out there. So boxing, he's my boxing ability.
Yeah, I get it. But but at the end of the day, it's always good to see, young fighters not coming out, fighting the same way their first 10 fights, because then you can kind of get lulled in a bubble and a false sense of security as as saying, all right, being that I fought these type of opponents, these are the tools I need to work on and keep sharp in my toolbox. Meanwhile, you're not getting all of the the really good looks that you need early on in boxing. So you know you may get those looks in the amateurs, but it's a whole different look once you're a professional. You
Yeah,
see the
facts.
traits, but it's not. It's like, yeah, but this is a little bit different. He's been working on some stuff. So when you have to deal with an awkward fighter that's a little bit bigger than you and stuff like that, yeah, you got to fight different. But I like how it I like how you're you're putting yourself in a position to not let the bigger guy have his way because you just keeping him honest by controlling that distance. You come in, I'm gonna hit you with this check hook. You come in, I'm gonna hit you with that hand I just hit you with, just like that, and start tagging your shit up.
Oh,
Now
that's
this is the
some.
Joseph Brown we would normally see when you was on the attack.
I mean, like with somebody like this, I would have rather had it be like more than 4 rounds. I would have had it like 6 rounds or 8 rounds because it gives me more time.
6 round, 8 round, yeah, definitely. Where you can work on, especially in a small ring.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a 3 rounder, so then you got to show. But the fact that like everything that you showed, they was like, it's only 3 rounds, so we know what he gonna do. So maybe next time you fight, it'll be a 4 round or 6 rounder. Definitely.
Yeah. But I like how you use that stiff arm to like once he took that step back, you put that arm out there to be like, nope, 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 you're not coming back in. And if you come back in, I'm gonna hit you over the top with something. I'm telling you, bro.
Perfect clinching, and no, you ain't stick the forearm, but he got that. Hey man, back up. It ain't gonna be that way. You know what I'm saying? You want to get rough, we get rough now.
Like I know you hearing us say stuff, but you also probably looked at it before, looking at it right now. It's like, oh, I could have did this. I was thinking of that, but I just didn't do it. Now I understand why I didn't do it. I could see it from a different angle. Is that what it's like looking at this fight now?
But that was right.
Joseph, you heard me, or you back that, or you?
Yeah, I heard you. Sorry, my bad.
No, I was just saying.
Hey, see, he looking at this shit right now, like, man, I knew I should have threw that shit. He was telling me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think because that's what I'm saying. It's like you. I don't know if you saw it like earlier or whatever, but it's like, oh man, yeah, I was thinking of that, but I don't know why I didn't do it. Now you're looking at it like, oh yeah, okay, now I see. I think that's what stopped me from doing that thing or going after that or whatever. But at the end of the day,
a whooping
for
is
me,
whooping.
I'm really appreciating how you changing things up and adjusting to the competition. It's like, all right, I got that ring IQ, and you only, you don't see that with that many fighters that can go in there within the first 30 seconds and say, yeah, I was planning on working on these things, but now this guy's gonna kind of force me into that kind of fight to where I have to fight on the fly with the things I was going to work on.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what, AC, ain't no need to hold back and pull no punch on this one. Joseph, we kind of think that maybe down the line, maybe a few years from now, that you and Keymon Davis may be on a collision course. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? That's how we maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because right, you're at 54, he just started at 54. Eventually, you guys move up during the weight. Names get maybe that's just us. This is fantasy boxing for us, But me, I see you. I'm like, yeah, he really just he just beat this guy up because this guy he been frustrated for 2 rounds.
Yeah,
he doing all the feints. Like, what the fuck? This is, ain't nothing working. It's not. Ain't nothing working. Jab, jab. Yeah, okay, you hit me. Okay, that don't mean nothing. Now about the, like now, watch this. Yeah, back up off of me.
Like you're not letting them bully
In a
you. I
minute.
like the pushes and stuff like that. Push them off you again. See, you like. Let me ask you this real question. Looking at your fight right now, how do you grade yourself by looking at it from this angle?
I mean, I feel like it's still like the same as what I thought it was. Like while I was in there, like usually
Okay.
sometimes, you know, like from watching it again from the outside, I see some. But I think it's still about the same as what I thought I did.
Like you pouring it on now. You went into a second gear. He ain't ready for that second gear.
Well, we know, like speaking to your father and respect to him, respect to you know what I'm saying? Respect to him. He trains you for way more rounds than you're gonna fight. So he knows that you're conditioned.
Yeah.
So and then like I mean, like conditioning, like I like that's definitely not a problem with you. That look at that. Like, I mean, you're just getting into your bag right now at the end of the damn at a fight, like, and you can't force rhythm. That's why I'm ready to see you in fights with more rounds, because you can't force rhythm. People be thinking, I don't even like give you a 3-round fight, man. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because especially like you're trying to force rhythm on a fighter, like we don't know come round 4 or 5, this dude is sitting on his ass, like what the fuck going on? Telling his, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
On this corner, hey man, this shit ain't working. This shit ain't, yeah, that's a big overhead. Look. It seemed like whenever you wanted, you could pour it on, but you wanted to kind of show I can go through this, show them the repertoire, the jab, the 1-2, the 1-2-3, you know what I'm saying? The left check, left hook, you know what I'm saying? Step around, spin, all of that. But like, if you had just went in there and knocked this damn guy out, you'd be like, I ain't really see nothing.
Yeah. You know, I'm glad I got it.
I don't think this guy was gonna go. I don't think in his mind he was gonna go down. It would have been like if the fight would have probably went 6, maybe 8 rounds. I think Joseph could have got the knockdown or the stoppage like that. But this dude just looks like in his, he just looks like one of those guys you could hit him with the kitchen sink on that night and he's not gonna go down.
Yeah.
Nah, he's completely frustrated right now.
Yeah.
One more round. Right. Okay, Joseph, we just had 2 different perspectives before I let Bodywork go ahead and cook. I think one more round, he done.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
one
the same.
More round.
I'm saying the same thing. Yeah, because Joseph has, in that last round, it looked like he was,
Well, he been frustrated
he found a home to keep his toolboxes. So he was just starting to show this dude, like, listen, I got this tool. Yo, did you check out this new hammer that they made? I got it right here. Let me show it to you. You feel what I'm saying? I could see that. I could see that aspect of it, but it just looked as though, just from the outside looking in, this looked like one of those guys that's like, listen, I'm not getting knocked out tonight, bro. I'll fight my ass off, but not tonight.
Floyd Mayweather's a great guy. Shout out to him and Richard Schaefer. Also, super cool for having me, and they're gonna get my career, so that's up to them.
It was a great fight. What you learn about this great fight?
Honestly, I learned to just stay long and
I heard
stay
it
by my jab. It was kind of awkward. He came in and you can see like he's a really thick. Sorry.
Who you dedicate this fight?
One of my great sponsors that helped me through my career since I was young. His name's Kirk Henderson. He recently moved to I just like to dedicate this fight to him.
Joseph Brown, brother. Looking forward to.
Bro, you are the humblest guy that don't got to be that I fucking know. I'm just being for real.
Thank you.
I'm being for real. What's going on, Body? Go ahead.
Hey, King Joseph. Just got a couple quick questions, man. First is, without giving too much away, what kind of feedback did your camp and your father give you after that fight about your
Honestly, they
performance?
was telling me like my corner. I had Bozy Ennis in my corner and also
Oh
Aaron Ford.
shit.
They was telling me,
Holy, I thought that was Bozy. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I thought that was Bozy Walker. I swear, I thought that was Bozy, bro.
yeah,
What
Mm.
was
yeah.
they saying,
They
Joseph?
was all happy with my performance. They said I did good and that I went in there box smart. Didn't really get touched or nothing. Um,
Were they telling you beforehand, like, was it a mission not to stand in front of the guy?
it was just like, to be honest, it was just they was just telling me to go in there and like do my thing. As long as I box the way I normally do, there's not many people are gonna be able to deal with that. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. And for some reason, man, you for some reason you give me this vibe like you polite and all that, and you being the like the bubbly, polite, proper type. But some tell me you got a kill switch. Like it's a you got some mean energy in there, man. That you kind of hold back, like you can kind of flip a switch. Is that true?
I mean, I feel like like all the all-time greats have that switch that you gotta flip whenever you need it. So I mean, whenever I need it, that switch flips. But besides that, I mean, I just have more natural, calm demeanor, and I mean, you even see it like in this fight, the way I'm boxing. Like sometimes, if I felt like I rocked him a little bit, I pick it up. But other times, I'm more just relaxed and just boxing, taking my time doing my thing.
Word,
Go
word.
ahead, body. Go ahead. Because you know what I'm saying. I know you got some questions. Come on, you just body work questions. Because I'm gonna ask something messy in a second. Because he about to become a star. Because I want to know how he got to fight them damn the opposite sex off. Because he about to be something. Know what I'm saying?
All right, let me get the business. Let me get the boxing business out the way before you go there. Which you a pretty big dude, man, and I seen this with Jahar where he started off low and then all of a sudden he had that spurt, and I seen it with my young son. He like 12. He grew like 3 inches since the summer. He 12. He like an inch shorter than me, and like do you? Like I'm trying to figure out how do boxers calculate like where they're going to jump in at? Because some people jump in and suck all the way down as much as they can, but then you gotta compensate for where like look, well I might be up at 60 or 68. Like how'd you decide to go in at 54 with you still growing like that?
Honestly, I just when I get to a point where I'm struggling to make it, or I just my body physically just can't go down that low no more, then at that point I move up. I mean, of course I'm still growing because I'm young, but as of right now, I'm not having no problems at all making it. So is until I start having problems making it, I'm a 54 pounder. But I definitely see myself like for sure being at 60 and 68 in the future.
Word. And my
Okay.
last question. Um, do you study film?
Yeah, all the time.
Like who do you like go old school, or do you look at some of the contemporary like fighters, like the guys like might have just retired, or like some current fighters? Like when you look at film, like who do you look to or look at?
All of the above. To be honest, I mean, like my favorite fighters probably be like Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather. So I study those two a lot. I love Sugar Ray Leonard as well. Um, if it's like talking about like more recent, like I watch a lot of Jerron Ennis and Shakur Stevenson. Like honestly, I feel like I study everybody, even the people that don't even that my fighting style is like kind of opposite to them. Like I'll still study them because I feel like there's always things I can pick up from everybody.
Yeah. Word. Do you look at film on your opponents?
Sometimes, well, yeah, I do. I don't like study them day and night, but I will watch, see what they got a little bit.
Word, word. That's good, man. That's good. Like don't neglect the film, because I know it's a lot of boxers. I hear them and they say, "Oh man, I'm not looking at that because they're not going to fight the same way." It's like, man, if a dude got a vicious hook If a dude got a mean uppercut, if a dude like to do this, I would like to know that going in. You know, that's just my philosophy. But some people say, nah, because they not gonna fight. Like I know with Boots, they like Bozy, he be saying they not gonna fight Boots like that. It's like, yeah, they might not gonna fight him like that, but you know the rules of war is know thyself and know thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of gotta look at it. Don't lose that, brother, man, and don't change when you blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Nah, he gonna keep it. He too humble. I think he's way too humble. And then even if he get to a point where he can whoop dad, mom ain't no joke.
I just wanted to piggyback with this question. In Well, it's not really a question; it's more of a statement. When you look at when you're doing your film and everything, I always say it's important to look at film, because even if the guy is not going to fight you the same stylistically, because he knows how much of a threat you are over his last opponents, what you will find in film is a tell. Fighters have tells. These are the things that you can see with some of them, the way they set up, they big shot. If they have a habit of setting up their big shot by doing this one thing, or you'll see they'll plant their front foot. They'll get front foot heavy before they throw their shot, or they'll get or they'll plant that back foot, or something, or they like to throw this particular type of punch when they on the back foot. So these are some of the traps and tells that they do. For instance, you have Canelo Alvarez. He has his peekaboo, and his peekaboo is meant to open guys up so they attack his body. And once they attack his body, he's got a free shot right there. Same thing with Triple G. He had like that weak peekaboo or weak guard, and when you try to throw it, he'll catch you and then force you into your high guard, and then he'll just split your high guard with that punch that he likes to throw, that weird overhand chopping shot that busts you in your forehead or on the top of your head.
yeah,
And it's just those type of tells that you'll get from film study, just in my opinion.
yeah. I agree for sure. I mean, a lot of fighters have them, and I think that's why studying film is important. You know, some people, like you said, they'll like just disregard it completely, but I don't believe in doing that. Like I said before, I'm not gonna study the guy like day and night, but I will watch a little bit because I feel like just watching a couple fights of somebody, I'm always able to pick up like a couple like little bad habits or things that they do repetitively. Like I'm able to pick those up, so I think it's important.
For sure, definitely, for sure. Love the energy, bro. Love the energy. I'll pass it on to Body or Pop.
So, now that you're a professional fighter, man, like, how does it feel? The first full year, like, yeah, 4 fights in 1 year, like, how does it feel?
Feels good, I'm glad, I'm getting paid to do it now.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, so I like it. I mean, I feel like, my whole life, my style has always been more of a professional style than an amateur style. So I feel like the transition was pretty easy for me, and I'm liking it a lot more now.
So, like, okay, now you're getting older and everything, and how's in between fights?
How's in between fights?
Yeah, like, when you don't gotta cut weight, like in between the fights, man, like going out. I know you train and everything, but like, what do you like to do in between fights? Just
Man,
your hobbies.
like
Cause
in between my fights, like
I ain't
I'm
trying to say,
still,
I ain't trying to get in your business and be like, hey man, how many bitches you got? No. Like, what do you do? Like
nah,
paintball,
like
bowling.
honestly, I'm a gym rat. Like I'm always like constantly in the gym. I feel like I'm like always in camp even when I'm not in camp. Like I literally like I started back training Tuesday, like 2 days after I fought, because I just get bored sitting around not doing nothing. So like I'm always just in the gym working hard, trying to, perfect my mistakes from, my last fight and trying to improve on certain things and get ready for the next one.
So I gotta be messy for a reason because I already know like the statue of what you are. I gotta be messy so when everybody like tries to be like, hey, what is gonna happen? So there's no women, there's no young females like trying to deter you out the way that you see none of that, right? It's straight on the business, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course they try, but it's not gonna work.
I mean, you with the money team, you know what I'm saying? Like you like to be truly honest with you, it kind of get dangerous here because you're athletic, you're tall, you can fight, you're humble. Like they just think that, hey, maybe I could. And you're just like, I love my mama and my sisters. Like, you motherfuckers. As long as you keep that going, you know what I'm saying? Because it's crazy out here. I got nephews, I got grown nephews, I got grown kids, I got like I already know. So I just want to make sure that like just guys know they are trying to deter them at the earliest level.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I believe in God, and I got certain morals that I live by, and I'm just trusting Him and His plan that He's got for me. And I know all these like females coming along the way is not a part of it. So, I mean, I don't get distracted easily.
All right, now before I'm gonna pass it back to anybody else, see, everybody like I did content on it, but everybody's really caught up on all of the shit that going on in boxing, right? That's why I tell everybody find you a new favorite fighter because your favorite fighter is gonna hurt your feelings.
Mm.
How do you feel about the state of boxing with these guys? How do you feel?
The state of boxing with
Where's the cigarette? Like certain fighters. Like how you hearing about like I know because you're a fighter, right? But Tank Duck Shakur Duck Tank, Shakur Duck Zepeda, Zepeda Duck Shakur, Shakur fighting Floyd Schofield, Keyshawn Day, like all of these guys that are like they're just like who duck who when people really don't know what's going on. How do you feel about that? Or do you even give a shit? Because like me, I found a new favorite fighter because the politics of boxing, once you get to a certain level, Boots Ennis they call him a duck because that's one thing. That's another thing too. Like, I don't even want to put you on the spot, but them trying to call Boots a duck because he didn't take I did it too. But this was on the strength of how so many people perceived him that when Boots says he want to unify instead of going to 54 to fight Ortiz, on YouTube, people are going to we can call you a duck. How do you feel about that?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like people are always gonna talk, and it's like you're never gonna be able to satisfy everybody. Everyone's always gonna have their own opinion on something. If if Boots stays at 47 and decides he wants to unify, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, well, he's ducking Ortiz. He don't want to move up." If he moves up, everyone's gonna say, "Oh, he's ducking the smoke at 47." It's like there's no winning. So at the end of the day, it's just like you just got to do you and not care what everybody else is gonna say because everyone's gonna have their opinion on something. And it's for I mean, like I feel like in today's time, a lot of fighters do like aren't so like easy to get in the ring with each other. But I feel like that's also just because of the politics of the sport and just the way that the fans made it nowadays. It's like you take one loss and now everyone wants to forget about you. So it's like, why would I want to go in there and risk taking a loss? And now all my fan base is gone and my paychecks are like a quarter of what they used to be. Like if that's the case, then okay, call me a duck. At least I'm still gonna be making money. So I mean, like I said, you can't satisfy everybody, but I mean, it's kind of just how it is now.
Yeah, that's the dynamic I was bringing up yesterday when I was talking about, in this generation, like if a fighter takes that L, then he's, subject now to go down to what people are calling the minor leagues. Oh, send him down to pro box and see if he could build himself back up to come back. While other fighters, you feel what I'm saying, took the L and they were able to come right back in and fight. And I've always said it like this: it all like in this day and age, yes, that holds true, but I think it also holds true uh by your performance. So if you took the L, but it was an outstanding performance, then what'll happen is the media and the fans and everybody else will be like, yeah, but the way he lost to that guy, I'm telling you, there's nobody else in that division that can beat him. So if you could lose on that level, then you know, then you wind up going to still be relevant within the top promotional companies. If you can't, those promotional companies might sit you in a corner somewhere. Like put them in a closet. You feel what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you lose and whether or not you take that loss gracefully. In some cases, because we
It's
do.
about being professional too, though. At the end, like we did a segment yesterday. Joseph, yesterday. And I was like, a lot of these guys are uneducated, unprofessional, and spoiled.
Mm.
Just be truthfully honest with you, like they didn't have what a lot of guys had. So we gotta be careful with some of these guys, bro. A lot of these guys don't have like the right people around them. They just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have that. They don't have the person to tell them no, and they don't have the person that speaks up properly for them. Now, if you got a combination of both that may be in the same person, then you good. And that for us, you feel what I'm saying in that small introduction to your pops. That both of those things may exist. I'm just speaking on just the last, maybe half an hour or hour that I asked your pops the questions and everybody was there. It seems as though you have that in your father. He's the one that can tell you no because he's also competed and he's also the one that's going to speak for you when necessary in one of these videos or whatever. And at the end of the day, all I'm saying is this: if you can grab those two dynamics and have that dynamic within what you're doing, just by the level of maturity you show in the ring, just by your disposition outside the ring, you're not going to be one of these guys that will be talking about dadagers and you feel what I'm saying? He doing too much and yada yada yada. You seem very very grounded, and you do have you also are grounded within your belief.
Hell no, he's sitting here up here with everybody over 40. He holding his own.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Young OG.
Yeah, that's
young
what I'm
OG.
saying. Yeah, he's got all the tools, but he also has his father, and the fact that he's grounded in his belief system. Those type of things, those
I
type
ain't gonna
of
say no
things.
lie. I'm putting it out there right now for you, young JB. I'm gonna hit your father up, and I'm trying to get your dad on because your dad don't even want it, and he deserves it because you is the truth. So real quick, I'm about to have my grumpy old man pull up, my OG, one of my OGs, Philadelphia's own, and he keep it a buck. Crush, what's going on, big dog? What you got for we up with the money team? What's going on, Big Crush?
I'm chilling. Salute to the whole panel, man. Salute to the young champion. I'm just chilling, man. Falling back, man.
Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to ask? Yo, Crush. To be combat sports, Joseph. What is your record?
67-0 as an amateur in all the combat sports.
In all combat sports, that's jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, and Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And then you come into boxing and you 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How old are you?
18.
There you go, Crush. I want to lay the foundation for you. Go ahead.
Wow. With all that under your belt at 18 years old and going to the sport of boxing, you already 4-0. The sport got to get motherfucking proud. When you
he had 54 too, Crush.
Okay, cool. Oh, he's at that division then. Good. When you when you multi-dimensional in hand-to-hand combat sports, man, it's beautiful. And then when you go from one form to another and actually able to pull it off and not bring some of the habits from one to another one, that's great. So that shows discipline, shows patience, that shows an overall high IQ for combat sports.
Crush, Crush, he said he was in there sparring with Jose Benavidez Jr. right before, like not too long before his fight.
Oh, he's sparring with a wild guy? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. This wild guy look a little tired.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey man, it's a reason he part of that damn that 3-man mob money team.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel when you first or how did you come about getting on being a part of the money team?
Well, my dad, I became friends with Jeff Mayweather like online when I was like maybe 12, I want to say.
Okay.
And just from talking to him for a couple years, when I turned 14, I went down to Vegas to go train with him for the first time. And that he had became my trainer. So, I started training with Jeff, and just from being in the gym and, competing and winning stuff for, the Mayweather gym. And I was like, probably like Floyd heard about it. And then when I was like 16, he popped in the gym one day while I was in there. And, we started talking, know each other ever since.
Cool, man. That's pretty dope. So you have about 4 different styles of hand-to-hand combat sports. How did that come about? Is it something that you started out with one and you just, you just felt for it and say, hey, I would just, I got an itch. I would learn a few more too. How did that come about?
Well, my dad was like a mixed martial artist his whole life, so
okay.
It was kind of just his thing. He just wanted me to be well-rounded and everything. So when I probably he's been teaching me how to fight since I was born, to be honest. But I started in like a karate school when I was like 3, and then I joined the boxing gym at 6, and then like between 6 and 7, then I joined everything else, like jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, kickboxing, Muay Thai. I joined all that around like the same time.
Oh, cool, man. Well, that's good because that'll take you a long way. Well, I know if you walking down the street with a fine motherfucker and somebody say something disrespectful, you got multiple ways of serving them, son. That's what I'm talking about. You only gonna need a couple seconds because I got a thing called I got 90 seconds, man. I'm 55 years old, and when I mean I got 90 seconds to do my thing, I'm gonna do my thing in 90 seconds. So, and when you equip like that, that's pretty good, man. So, and it keeps your body in shape because even with the training regimens for each different form of fighting, there got to be something else too. So, what was like the transition from like the different exercises, the form of exercises, once you start switching them up? Well, you was doing multiple, you was juggling multiple at a time. So, was that I know you're young, but still you're human. Was that a lot of wear and tear because you got to do different forms of training when you're doing these different forms of fighting?
It felt like it. Like as a little kid, I'd be training for like my dad would be training for like hours and hours a day. 'Cause, I had to like split up all my time because like you can't really give like 25 here, 25 there, 25 there, and expect to be the best in all the above. It's like it's got to be 100 and everything. So I'd be spending like hours and hours and hours a day training, like a couple hours in this one, a couple hours in that one, and a couple hours in that one. That's how I did that whole time.
Okay, cool. So you started falling in love for the sport of boxing more. What led you to just decide just to go in and pursue a boxing career?
Well, as far as like making a career out of it, boxing definitely has like the most money right now. And I also
Right.
feel like as I got older, I just kind of started to, single out boxing as my favorite.
Cool. That's what's up. So you at 154, you 4-0, so you've been kicking some ass already. I'm gonna say since you 4-0, where would you like to be in another 6 fights? So let's say you got 10 fights under your belt.
Hey, Crush, he just fought on Danny's card too. On the third.
Yeah, I know. I know he was on Danny's card. Yeah, I know. Shout out to my man Danny Garcia, man. Shout out to my city, Philadelphia. Shout out to everybody. And people in the city still got problems with me, but that's I handle the asses anyway. But yeah, that's dope, man. So
he had Bowley in the corner.
Okay, that's cool too. Oh my goodness! So he's getting some got a good corner.
I gotta go find the picture, but he already been in there sparring with Boots.
How was that like?
Oh, it was great work. I sparred Boots a few times now. It's always great work, and I've learned a lot sparring with him.
What is your most effective attribute?
I would say probably my defense is my best attribute. Like I know, like my first 3 fights, like I knocked the guys out quick, but I'm actually a very defensive fighter, so that's my biggest attribute.
Cool. All right, that's what's up. Now being a defensive fighter, it's nothing wrong with being a defensive fighter, but it's about how you use that, because we see a lot of fighters who's defense first, and they get criticized for it. But for me, it's only because it's the way you use it. Now, I already got a feel that you're the type of person that make you miss, and motherfucker, you gonna pay 3 times in 1. So when you defense first and you making sure your opponent's gonna pay, because it's about hit and miss, both ways, and that's what you got to do, and that's what wins fans over, because you have guys that's defense, but they making these guys miss, but they not bringing anything behind it. So I'm pretty sure that that's what you want to do. So as long as you doing that, making them miss and making them pay, and man, do what you do. These fans, they're going to start saying all sorts of nonsense. Remember this, I'm going to tell you, if you're not even thinking about it yourself, they only fucking fans, bro. They get out here talking like they your manager, promoter, and all that. They act like they because a lot of these boxing fans would love to be in a fighter's position, but they never went about that dream, a lot of them. So let's stay focused on you, man. Don't have nobody trying to have you switch his style up, because we have a lot of fighters fall for it, and it ain't dumb. You got to do you, the best version of you. And as long as you're consistent, you doing you, and you looking good in your performance, man, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. The haters, they gonna have to bow the fuck down at some point too, man. So I just wanted to give you that little bit of advice, man.
And Chris, right here, this that's Joseph right there. His father said, like, and Joseph, little brother right here, Brian, Bryce hit hard as hell.
Yeah.
Hard as hell is what his daddy said.
Little bro hit hard.
Little bro hit hard. So I'm saying, bro, I'm on some shit to where I'm on to the, bro, our favorite fighters disappoint us so much.
Yes.
that you have to be. You gotta like, and I'm on to the next wave.
Yeah, we have to be. I even talked about that. And I'm very strong on it. So it's good to have a young fighter on the channel. Because that's very important. Because right now there's a whole new time. You know, these other guys, their times are over.
Gone.
They at the very last end.
It's at the end.
They ain't doing shit. They really ain't really been doing shit. You just been falling for the okie doke and the hype. They ain't really been doing nothing. And like I said, they keep playing around with time. They're going to wind up in a position, in a situation they don't want to be in. And with these this little next group that's in now.
The top 3 is right here. We giving it to you right here.
Man, it's a whole nother ball game, man. Because these youngins is coming in with that savage mindset. And they need that for the sport. Because a lot of our fighters is disappointments. They starve. Can't take them no more. You got a whole bunch of Rose and Charmin rolling around in the sport. Can't take it because I'm a man. You know? So it's good to have Joseph and, you know, these next guys that's coming in, because this other era, they at the end. So get over y'all feelings, man. It's a whole new era. Every sport is becoming a younger man's sport. Not just a young man's sport, a younger man's sport. The younger man's sport. Time waits for no damn body. And that's why we ain't got to the bottom of things that we needed to get to the bottom of. Because people been bullshitting the whole damn time. I don't care if you out there saying somebody's name, but mean it. Don't be out there to do it to pump up your next fight. You pump faking. That's false advertisement. Where's the manager? So, you know, when these guys, if you call somebody out, mean it. You know what I mean? Don't be calling them up with 2 weight classes down. Go up there. People gonna be like, oh, he really mean this shit. But nobody wants to do what Mikey Garcia did. Everybody was jumping on Errol Spence. He fighting a smaller guy. That smaller guy said something to him. And at some point, the bigger person gonna have to be the smaller guy to be the bigger person to motherfucker humble that lower person. You know, so Mikey was daring to be great. And he was like, man, y'all motherfuckers pussy. Y'all scared to fight Errol. I'll fight him. And that's how it gotta be. But you know, it's boxing is a sideshow right now. So I'm ready for this next generation. I'm done with these dudes. They ain't getting nothing but flare up my boxing him boys, man. I got boxing him boys, Joe, and they make them flare up with the nonsense with the capping and all these things, man. So
we definitely here for the new wave.
But I just wanted to piggyback off of what both of y'all was saying, even Joseph. I'm a person that tends to try to say, you know what, I may have a reaction, but if I find out information that says what it's supposed to be, then I'm going to change my mind and give that person the benefit of the doubt. Here's where I stand on what was being said earlier. I find it, well, I'm not going to say I find it. I'm going to try to say it like this. When you look at this Boots situation with Virgil, right? At the end of the day, if Boots decides to do what he's doing at 47, I don't have an issue with it. You feel what I'm saying? I just don't see, and this was my contention with it, I just don't see him going up to 54. You feel what I'm saying? Because I could see it's going to be somewhat whatever to make and get these fights over the line, because a lot of those guys at 54 do have a somewhat bigger name than Jerome Boots Ennis. So do what you got to do at 47. If you're not going to do what you got to do at 47, you feel what I'm saying? I'm still on that same ship of saying, you know what, go to 60.
Okay, well, AC, let's Joseph, what do you think Boots is like? You've been in the ring with him.
Like,
Should he,
what do I?
should he stay at 47 and try to unify? Should he go to 54?
I mean, I don't know like how tough it is for him to make 47, but if he can make it, then I would say staying unified because I believe that he should have like no problem unifying with the competition out there right now.
Okay. Hey, Blue, all the way from the West Coast. What's up, Blue? We ain't even gonna argue, Blue. What questions do you have for the young king, Joseph Bryan? What you got coming on, bro?
Oh man. First of all, what's up, panel? What's up, everybody in the chat? What's up, Joseph? Man, I think that I seen your fighting style. I seen you in the ring a couple times. Not person like that, but I seen the video, and I think you're doing a good job, man. But I will say this because you are a man of many fighting styles.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: when it comes down to it, which fighting style do you like the best out of all your
I like boxing the most. I kind of
boxing?
singled out boxing when I mean as I started getting older. And
Mhm.
I like it because I have to think more. Now that like I'm only limited to just my hands, it just makes me think more. So that's why I like it the most.
Right on, right on. And do you feel like when it comes down to it like because I seen your dad when he was talking about you, and I kind of like the relationship that you guys have. Do you feel like your dad was a very very great influence what you have going on?
Yeah, I actually got him on the phone here. He's on speaker.
Right on.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
How's it going?
salute.
The
How's it going? How's it going?
architect of this. I was trying to get him on, but technical difficulties. But the architect of this, man, yo, anything y'all want to ask, man, I'm gonna be quiet. Anything y'all want to ask the architect, man, go right ahead, man. Because I mean, if I could have really got him on the panel, I would have let Joseph go ahead. He a young man, he got things to do, man, and we could have
I
talked.
mean, hopefully that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
We'll get Joseph in here for like a hot 15, 20 minutes and then shoot the next, 15, 20 minutes talking to Pops.
I'm trying to get 30, 45 with Joseph, and then get like an hour with the dad and let him just, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to know where he is so humble and well put together and fucking like no diddy and like and so professional. Like you got to know where that come from. And when he just said that his pops fought martial arts, like his dad ain't lost no fight probably since his mama whooped him. So I'm gonna let Martin Brown go ahead and speak. My fault. Go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, I'm good, man. Just listening in. If y'all have any questions you want to ask, I'd be happy to answer them.
Cool.
I got a question. So did you I know I remember you were talking about that you had to make the decision of this is what we're going to do when it came to your son with your family, and I like that. I like that. You stand on your 10 toes and you move forward with it. Do you is this where you foreseen your son being at, or do you just foresee him in martial arts actually?
I see him doing both because he functioned at the highest level in all the different combat sports that he competed in. So, even though we're putting boxing out front for right now, because boxing's where the money's at. Yeah. In the long run, once he make a name for himself in boxing, like Floyd did when Floyd crossed over with Conor McGregor, I'm kind of looking at something like that. And I've even mentioned it to Richard Schaefer and Floyd both. I've talked to them both about it, and they're on board with it. They believe, along with Dewey Cooper, who trains Francis Ngannou, who trains Joseph, they all believe that Joseph will be that guy that's going to cross over and win titles in both boxing, MMA, and kickboxing, and simultaneously hold championships in all of the above, just like he did in the amateurs. That's the hope.
Well, I wanted to piggyback off of that question with asking you this. When you talk of him crossing over. I can think of Ruiz was a boxer, heavyweight boxer who went MMA and everything like that. What if if that is something that you would want to do, um, where would you want to take that? Like, where would you go to? One championship, UFC or Bellator, or like where would you want to introduce Joseph's transition from, being a championship boxer now going back to his roots in mixed martial arts or taekwondo or anything?
I mean, unless one of these other guys really rise above the UFC, the UFC is still the most watched mixed martial arts of all of them, and the most famous and the most well known. So I would definitely wouldn't mind to see him getting a belt at the UFC. At the UFC, if the UFC is still in the same standing by that time, in the next 2 or 3 years.
All right, because I could see. No, I was only asking because I could see companies like One Championship and K1 actually being able to may not have more views, but being able to match, views because the platforms and the tough fights that they put on that don't seem to be all glitz and glamour. Like you're getting the nit and gritty of where the guys who were good, but because they took a loss or they had a bad performance in UFC got rid of them. You feel what I'm saying? So um, that was just where I wanted to land that plane with that question. But I'll let the next guy ask.
Mm-hmm. I suppose a lot of factors are involved in that, man. Like, it's just going to depend. Obviously, Joseph's the one that makes the final decision on what he's going to do. We all could just give him our opinions about it, try to shed some light and some wisdom on, maybe a certain direction. But ultimately, it's probably going to be a whole team that's going to sit down and talk about it. It's got to make the most business sense, and picking the right opponent. All these things factor into, there's a lot of things that factor into that type of decision. But we're hoping to get one of them belts anyway.
Yeah, but I just wanted to land on this because this was a talking point that I had forgotten. I do remember many years back, Floyd Mayweather was super duper interested in UFC. He wanted to put a fighter in there. That's when he was trying to recruit Crazy Horse and a couple of other people into his fold to be able to for PBC to branch out and have a
AC man, save that for when we have Martin on him and we will save that one, man.
I got a question for Papa Brown.
All right, man. I'll save that question. That's a bit in depth.
Save that one. Yeah, you gave him a little bit. Don't go too. Yeah.
All right.
I got a question for Papa Brown. I got a young son, man, who looking like he's gonna be doing some big things in the football field. I want to ask you, like, how'd you find the fine balance between pushing Joseph and then like knowing when to fall back and like, because it's a fine line. Like I was doing it earlier with him and he wasn't into football, so I was just like, well, let's try a bunch of different things like tennis and all these other things, and I kind of fell back from football because I played, and then something clicked when I fell back, like 2 years clicked, and then now he's in love with it. Now he's like, Dad, I want to do this. So how did you find that balance between pushing him to the limit and then backing off?
When you say backing off, you talking about mentally and emotionally or physically?
We're definitely not physically, yeah, like mentally and emotionally. Like where you know how you push them and you say, well, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then it's like, well, if they're not getting it, it's like reeling it back a little bit, or
man, that's such a complicated question. There's so many different aspects to that. But I would say this: I always painted the vision to Joseph since he was little. I always showed him the end result. This is going to be like when You sacrifice now, you know, and I'm honest. You're not gonna have a lot of friends like all the other kids. You probably won't go to all the things they go to and enjoy all the things that most of these kids do as teenagers. But I always used to tell them, I say, Joseph, but here's the thing. By the time you're 21 years old, man, you're going to be driving your favorite car. You'll be able to buy a Lamborghini brand new. You'll live in a nice house. You'll be able to invest your money in other businesses. You'll be able to create wealth for yourself. While them same friends that's running around doing all this other stuff right here, they be struggling to get through college. And if they finish, they're going to owe a lot of money, or they might be trying to get a business started. It's not going to be easy. They're going to have their difficulties later. I said, so you could have your difficulties now, but for the rest of your life, you'll be straight. And here's the thing, you'll be still young enough to do it. You know, and then I paint the picture of what his life will be like. And I look at somebody like Floyd or Andre Ward or somebody who have dedicated their life to the sport. But look how they're living now. Andre Ward is still in his 30s living good. Floyd is living good, healthy, young, do anything you want to do. So basically, you know, I asked him several times when he started slacking off. I said, man, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because don't waste my time. If this is what you want to do, you got to give it 100%. Ain't no 80 or 90% tomorrow. I don't feel like it. It's going to be 100, pedal to the metal. 6 days a week, you get 1 day to rest and relax until this is completed. We got to stick to it. And so don't waste my time when I could be working and trying to save for my retirement, man, because I'm not getting no younger. And I got other kids that might want to do it. So I was very, very, very honest with Joseph to see if that's what he wanted to do. And I said, if you don't want to do this, you're a straight A student, bro. You make the honor roll every year. You could be an engineer. You could do anything you want, and I'll be behind you 100%. But if we going to do this, we got to do this the way I say do it, because I know how to make champions. I know what it takes. If you're willing to pay the price, we'll get there together. And I've always kept it like that his whole life.
Yeah, that's a gem. I appreciate that's a real gem. That's a gem, man. I appreciate that, man. Hey, good job. Good job. Salute, man. Good job.
That's a good one too, buddy. And Crush, anything you want to ask the Pops, the architect, because I literally pulled him up here because I know how, like, you talking to the son, you gotta know how the Pops is. What you got? I know Crush ain't going no win silent. No, I'm saying Crush. I'm like, you got the Pops up here. You got to ask something because I don't went dig I went researcher, so I know. That's why I told AC stop answering that damn question, man. That's a whole segment when I get Pops up here. But let me ask this: the architect, because that's what I'm gonna call you, because you're the architect and your wife is the matriarch. How did you feel about Joseph's last performance?
Well, again, there's several factors that they're in this as well. Number one, the guy's been in the martial arts for something like 20 years. He's a veteran in the sport. He's an pro MMA fighter that turned boxer. So this man been striking and sparring boxers and kickboxers and jiu-jitsu fighters for half his life, as long as Joseph been living. That's number one. So Joseph went up against a lot of experience. Number two, dude came hydrated about, I don't know, probably around 190 pounds.
That's what your son said. He said he's about 185 pounds when he was in the ring.
Yeah, I say between 185 and 190. And MMA guys are notorious for that. They got this system where they could trim down from 200 to 160 and be up to 195 the next night. I don't know how they do it, but you know, I got a friend that's an MMA champion. He's a world champion over here that trained with us, and he's been telling me to be careful for that. So, having said that, factor in the fact that he's a much older guy, got his man strength, got a lot of experience in the game, and came in basically as a cruiserweight. Having said that, I think Joseph handled himself well. I know Joseph very well. I know in the second round he was testing the guy. He tested his ribs, he tested his liver, he tested him with some solid headshots, and that dude wasn't going nowhere. That's one of them old, tough, rough and tough. I remember in Miami, we used to have these junkyards where we go get our old parts and everything, and they used to have these dogs that ran around. You used to always see this one old dog with half an ear, a blind eye, all right. Because that dude been through, he could fight. He one of them old dogs that got respect. And this guy remind me of one of them old junkyard dogs that been around that could scrap, that ain't going nowhere. You ain't finna knock him out. And so I think Joseph, once he tested his chin and tested his liver and everything, he realized this guy, he's going to be here for the whole fight. So let me outbox him. Let me go ahead and put my skills on display and just use my, ring IQ and athleticism and everything else. And, hey, we got a good win, 40-36 on all the judges' scorecards, every single round by every single judge. Unanimously was won by Joseph, so it was a good experience for him. I'm happy with it. Are there some things he could have did different? Yeah, but, I mean, given the circumstances, going through 2 or 3 opponents dropping out last minute and a lot of other drama that was going on, I'm pretty happy with the performance.
Because I say that because he, the first 3 fights, them dudes didn't stand a chance. But this fight, a step-up fight, he seen that and was just like instantly instincts just kicked in. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yeah, a lot of that shit coming from his dad, especially because, like, if y'all missed the interview, you need to go back and check it. He can tell you where he from, and where you come from an era from where we come from. Like, no disrespect, Joseph, but everybody up here, except maybe and Blue, you too. Like, everybody up here is 40 or better in the 50s. So, where I'm gonna let Joseph Brown tell y'all, I'm gonna let Martin Brown tell y'all where he's from, the origins of where he built. Because be clear. Be clear. Oh shit. I'm gonna slide it down. Where is it at? Listen, be clear. Every one of these children in this picture right here can fuck you up. Everyone. I don't know if you like, but I have a picture of I have Joseph. I have your younger son who you told me hits hard as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter and this is a boxer right here. I don't know who uploaded this picture, but I have it right here. Now I just know that now. And you say you homeschool your children, right?
Yeah, now all of them, Joseph been homeschooling since the 8th grade. But now my other kids are homeschooling too. So, yeah, we get a lot of chance to train because I got my gym right in my garage. So we just come down the stairs and the gym's right there.
So the origin for like maybe people who don't know, who don't remember, where are you from and how did you learn how to fight? Just you.
Well, as far as myself, man, ever since I could remember being 3 years old, I think I was about 4 or 5 years old when Bruce Lee died. It was a big thing. I remember that. I was in Jamaica at the time. I think he died in 1973. So I would have been 4 and a half. I was about 4, and I remember Bruce Lee. It was a Bruce Lee craze around that time, and I fell in love with martial arts and Bruce Lee when I was very young. I used to always beg my parents to let me train in the martial arts, and they put me in when I was 7 in Jamaica. So that's where my martial arts journey began at 7 years old. And then it continued on in Miami to Nisi Goju, Shotokan, other types of martial arts. I trained with a lot of different martial artists. Got into kickboxing, just about everything. Because in Miami, at that time when I was coming up, in my neighborhood, there was a lot of different type of martial artists. There was boxers, there was wrestlers, there was a lot of gang activity, a lot of street fighters. So we all used to just hang out and have street fights, man. Just go for what you know. Everybody just do whatever they do and just go through it. I had probably, way over 100 fights. I never lost in the street and in the schools, in the rings and everything. So my whole entire life, Ben, that's all I've ever known, man, to be honest with you, is all I've ever known is martial arts and boxing, man. My brother's an engineer. I got other family members that's real smart. And, you know, they got professions and everything. This is all I've ever had and known. And I'm just grateful. It's done something good now because I didn't really do much with it in my lifetime without the support of a good father and a family. My talent kind of was wasted because I was between the streets and, you know, trying to survive and hustle and everything. But now I've been able to pass that on to my children, and they're thriving with it.
Yeah. Because and let's now remember, you had to have a good woman to believe in you and let you and be like, yeah, like listen, he's different. And it's not easy. Yeah, to believe in you and follow, like, yeah, especially and be like, listen, this kid right here, him, the beginning, he's the like, yeah, he can take us somewhere where you don't even understand. I see it. And for her to follow you and now where y'all at, like that's just the kudos. And I just want to let y'all know anybody, like, so you know if you want to ask him any more questions, that's like the origin of this shit is like some Avenger, like some Wolverine type shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I'll be real with you. Like when I actually meet them, I guarantee you, like they're humble as hell. I'm gonna be nervous in the motherfucker, bro. I don't know if they may shake my hand and you know, I might, you know, a few. Nah, I'm just saying, bro. Like certain people, bro, you just know that they built to fuck you up. I don't know if people know that. I know that. People, he's humble and well spoken, but once the bell ring, oh boy. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I say my wife has been a trooper. My wife, like myself, been working 2 jobs most of the 19 years we've been married. And we did that to give our children a much better life than we had because we had it both rough coming up and lack a lot of the bare necessities growing up. So we wanted to make sure our children always had, you know. But I think once she seen Joseph kept winning, every tournament he went to, every fight he had, he just kept on winning. That made her believer. She believed me, but that kind of like every win made her believe even more in the dream until finally, I don't know when, but at some point, you know, she really, really saw that this is something that could happen for real. And she been the backbone, man. Backbone of everybody, the whole family all this time. She put up with a lot out of me. And she put up with a lot as far as this journey is concerned. It's not an easy one. But that's as far as her. And as far as our character, man, we're very humble because we believe in the Lord. And we ain't perfect, of course, but we try our best to serve the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Live according to his word and be humble and love people and be kind to other people. Now, I ain't saying we gonna let somebody, we ain't finna get tried now. But give respect and give love and give kindness and show that side of us always.
Don't take my kindness for weakness. Don't take my kindness for weakness. That's what I really see that. Like, and certain people, when somebody take your kindness for weakness, and then you end up doing something to them, they're like, "Well, why you do that to me?"
Right.
It just is what it is. People, when you say that phrase, like that comes from a different era of people. Like, I'm trying to tell you, don't take my kindness for weakness, because if you try me, it'll be something that you never seen before. You never been in a hurricane. You heard about it, but you never been in it. So I respect that. I definitely respect that. And me speaking to you already, and then y'all coming back up here after the fight and everything, and I truly love that. Like oh man, I had you up here almost 2 hours, Joseph. anything you want to say before I let you and your dad go, and then I'm gonna try to get your dad back up here. We're gonna try to get the technical difficulties to work out because I want to, like, a lot of dads want to jump on. Like, I had to, like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I had to go and go hit dad real quick because the origin of dad won't let you know who the son is, and then I ain't even gonna say the daughter or the son because I mean you may see two more. I'm just saying it's in the bloodline. Maybe not, but I know the youngest son hit hard as hell, and if Joseph is already because we was just Joseph, we was fantasy, like I told you, we was fantasy fighting and shit like that. Just like basketball, football, and we was saying maybe 3-4 years down the line, maybe you and Kemon Davis could be headlining the card at maybe 160, 168, if he can carry his weight as because you already 4 fights in, undefeated, 67 amateur fights, combat. So you looking at 71-0 when it comes to ass whoopings. The last person probably give you an ass whooping either your mom or your dad when you was young. So yeah, that's like quick from Harlem Nights. I'm looking for the last person to whoop my ass is the doctor, and I'm looking for him. That's how that's how I look at it. But anything you guys want to say before I let you guys get up out of here?
Thanks for having me again, and just stay tuned. I should be back in the ring like February,
and we gonna be tuned in like for all the old guys up here, man. I really appreciate you even talking to us because you could be like, "Come on, man, y'all guys are old."
Yeah, we appreciate y'all time, man. We know y'all time
we
is
really
valuable,
appreciate
man.
it. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ohio Rush Boxing, and the architect, Martin. Anything you want to say before y'all get up out of here?
No, man. Hey, listen, man. Thank you for opening your platform and having us on, just sharing our story. And we're not like that. I don't care if it's 1 million viewers listening or 2 viewers listening. It don't even matter, man. We chopping it up, having a good time, and I really appreciate the love. Thank you.
Thank you, man. And hey, man, playback. Make sure you come and get it. We got the money team's own Joseph Brown, the architect, Martin Brown on the phone. And make sure you go check out everything. And I'm gonna show y'all when after they leave. Listen, go subscribe to the YouTube channel and make them give you something else because I'm about to show the Prodigy episode 1 again. And come on, man. Stop worrying about what you think and start getting to the bottom of this shit. And that's where I feel how you really get to the love of this boxing. And I appreciate you guys pulling up, man.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it, man. Have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you. And Joseph, go have some fun, man. You earned
it. Appreciate it.
You earned it, man. Go have some fun, man. You really, really, you earned it, bro. For real.
For sure. I appreciate it.
Every time. And yo, man, everybody, make sure y'all subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure Real Joseph Brown on Instagram, Martin Brown on Instagram, and you'll see. Make sure y'all come on, man. Let's see. And you guys, because I like this shit, that shit is crazy, and he ain't gonna not. But what's up, y'all? What's up, man?
I wanna revisit something, man. Now that they're gone, because I didn't want to drag Joseph in it, and I know I know who they was working with. I know who they would been working with. But man, when
Mm-hmm.
AC was saying something, man, it's like, look, man, like what's going on in boxing is like it's sometimes we letting the politics sway us too much, man. Like the bottom line about this that situation that happened with Boots is when they finally put the pressure on, because we was saying what it was, because by every definition, and it's not like to pull him down. We know he a good fighter. He got the skills to pay the bills. He got all of that, right? You know, it's just when he finally came out and addressed it. What did he tell us in the tweet? He said, I didn't know anything about blah blah blah. If you don't hear it from me, blah blah blah. That's a lie, bro. Like, so by the definition, like you can't. That's what I was saying, man. Don't have the fans out here arguing and pushing and fighting for you, and that's not the whole truth. Like that was not right, because Eddie came out and he said what he said today, and I sent y'all in our little joint, our little group joint. I sent y'all what he said, and I'm like, we can't backtrack and let it go. Like I'm not going to continue to put my foot on his neck. But it was what it was, and all I wanted for them guys was to come forward and just say what it is. Like if you say, hey, I'm not ready, or yeah, I want to do undisputed. What would have been wrong with saying that in that tweet? Like, yeah, we decided we're gonna go. We ain't going up there yet because we got unfinished business at 40. It would have shut it all down.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell us that. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, and those are these. Remember the other day when I was saying, see, they make us say things that seem like we're hating when we're not. Like that's one of those things where I point that out. So now, oh, you just want to. No, I rock with Boots. I've been promoting Boots alongside with Earl, alongside with Earl and Bud. I was just an Earl fan.
Yeah.
So now I gotta point that out. Now they, he hating Body. No, Body ain't hating. Body is saying that, look, man, stop playing the fans. Because at the end of the day, these boxers, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna grow and they're gonna retire, they're gonna make moves, they're gonna go left, they're gonna go right. As boxing fans, we still gonna be here.
Yeah.
So that I wanted to clear that out, man. Don't be feeling bad about that. Don't be feeling bad about that situation. All that, man. That they lied to us, man. That's all it was. They lied. They wanted to save face because of the reputation and how dogmatic the media is right now. Like we're not like that for real. But we don't go out with the knives and the pitchforks looking for them. We just call it what it is, and then we move on to the next discussion.
So I've always felt like, Boots has been capping. Him and his dad, they just talk. They talk. You know what I'm saying? They be capping a lot. And I've called out Boots on his shit. Yes, I think he's a great fighter. He's a contender. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more than a contender. I think he's a champion. You know what I'm saying? But I just think he's overrated.
Hey Blue, hold on. Hey Blue, real quick. Hey Blue, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. For everybody who don't know, that's Joseph's dad right there. I'm gonna have him on, and probably I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get that on in a little bit. But go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
But yeah. So he's overrated. So it's kind of like the situation where Boots was asked, with Terrence with the situation with Terrence Bud Crawford. He made statements that he's been trying to fight him ever since 2018 or something like that, and he's basically always wanted to fight him, and Boots has been saying things to where you can basically say that that's not true,
What?
So it's like all I want him to do is just stand on his 10 toes and be a man about it, and just basically say things. But I don't want to say that he's a duck artist, but I just wish he would come out there. And I seen, I seen the video, the interview that he did with YSM. You know what I'm saying? But I wish that he would be a little bit more sincere and not have somebody asking him questions that that they're kind of biased to. They're not. I feel like they're not asking him the questions where he's not asking them the questions that need to be really asked to figure out what's really going on.
Well, but basically, you'd have to go back to you got to go back to, like I mentioned in a text when Body did send that text out. I was like, well, you got to go to the source. How did we get here? The short term memory of boxing is always some crazy shit. Now, how we got here was through Cody Crowley, because that Cody Crowley fight didn't happen, and Cody Crowley was this man's mandatory. Remember that, because we were like, Cody Crowley's going to be his first defense, yada yada yada. After he got the email belt, then it was supposed to have gone into purse bid, and then the Boots manager, whatever, passed away and stuff like that. Then there was the legal issues. But remember, he had a deadline before it went to purse bid, and that shit was pushed back because his manager passed away. Now here comes David Avanesian. David Avanesian fills in, and for the life of me, I don't understand why David Avanesian wasn't elevated to that mandatory spot like they did with Sean Porter, like was done with Sean Porter and other fighters and things like that. So when you look at that and you look at the consistent mismanagement of Boots when he signed to Eddie Hearns, it's like, you know what? You could have got the Brian Norman fight done over the line without the threat of the mandatory, because I don't know why David Avanesian wasn't made your mandatory. You feel what I'm saying? Sanctioning, we all say at times, sanctioning bodies do what the hell they want to do. Well, maybe it was the same type of situation where he had to pay a non-refundable fee. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe it came down to something that we as boxing fans are not privy to that information. But whatever that information is, it led us to where we are right now. To where you're coming off the second Karen Kukachin fight. You could have gotten the Brian Norman fight done if you would have did what you were supposed to do 2 fights ago. So it's like, bro, I'm I'm trying to find a comfortable medium. You feel what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. I've already started seeing chatter online, and I was in a debate with a good dude that he holds a strong boxing conversation, and we were having a debate over Hamza Shiraz, because his perspective is Hamza Shiraz ducked the Janabek fight. You feel what I'm saying? Turned down the Janabek fight. That's why he was stripped, and he said it's a duck. And I was like, yeah, but don't you see it in a way that the onus with that WBO rule only falls on the champion? So if you want to get rid of your toughest competition, all you have to do is kind of wait till your champion, wait till your toughest opponent starts to get into some sort of negotiations and get heavy into those negotiations, and or get to signing a contract, and then you put that out there, and guess what? He's gone. But I said I can't call it a duck, because Janabek still, Hamza Shiraz still has two avenues to fight Janabek. He's number four on the IBF, and I don't think he's not going to win the fight with Adames, so he can also unify and force him to fight through the unification of saying, I'm calling you out in the IBF.
I got a happy medium for you. It's called the truth, man. Like, because this the way I see it. When we had that conversation, was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Okay, when we had that conversation,
Hey, I'll be right back on.
And Ohio was on here, right? And I was checking for him for the scoop on Conwell, and I was surprised what he was saying as far as, Conwell could have called his bluff. It's like, see, when I look at this, because I kind of early on, I saw this. I said, look, I'm not gonna get hemmed up on just, riding one coattail and just being on one boxer. I said, man, I'm gonna look at them all. I'm gonna give them a fair shot. Or if I can, I'm not gonna like put my foot on their neck and run in that direction with the knives and the pitchforks. But I'm just gonna be honest about it and move on. But what happened with this Boots thing is, and this is not, I gave Boots the benefit of this doubt. Some of this was not, it's not solely on Boots. It's just in this situation, this kind of landed in their lap. But this is something more so of what I was saying about the tale of two Eddies. Like this is something that Eddie's been doing for the longest time. So what happened when that Boots thing happened? People to this day they still bring it, like saying that Norman ducked and Conwell ducked, and they even went back to Virgil at 47. You know, that's 3 different boxes. So that's 3 on 1. So to save face for this one guy over here, we're gonna shit on 3 other boxes. And Conwell shouldn't have had to Conwell shouldn't have had to call his bluff because it was a bullshit offer. The Normans, they shouldn't have had to deal with that because him and Eddie and them, they got the benefit of the clout, the online shit, which I say take full advantage. Norman had a fight coming up, and Boots and his team already knew that once Karan put that paperwork in, they was going that direction. But look at the dialogue. It's gonna be people until Boots next fight, until Norman next fight, until Conwell next fight. They're gonna shit on all them guys when it was really Eddie. Sure. You know, it's underhanded promotion when they'll come out and have everybody run. They'll put a battery in the major channels back or 3 channels back, and because they're gonna get the likes, clicks, views, and super chats, they're gonna have everybody and all these little minions running around saying that shit, and that's not right.
Exactly. So let me piggyback off of what you said. I'm going to refer back to the same quote, the memory of boxing. When those offers and those pump fakes or whatever, however people want to take it, when Eddie and Jerome Boots were talking about the Terrence Crawford fight at 54, during the David Avanesian press conferences, at the end of the day, when it kept on being said, Eddie Hearn would then say within the next 15, 20 minutes, but our focus is becoming not unified. Now the goalpost and shifted because you're telling us it's a unification now, where before you were telling us it was undisputed. So you said before, Eddie Hearn said before, over the Boots fight, over the Bud fight, he was like, no, we want to stay at 47 and become undisputed. People were like, okay. Then what does Bozy Ennis come out and say? They all in line. They all in line right there. Jerron, Eddie, and Bozy, when it came to Bud Crawford, they were all in line saying, no, we're not going to 54. We're staying at 47 to become undisputed. So yeah. when I remember stuff like that, that's where it gets into, that's where I can say, all right, I could try to give him, the benefit of the doubt on this one, because my argument was, I'm not going to argue with this guy moving to 54 when it's clear that he's not going to fight anybody at 54. And the last that I heard consistently from all 3 of them, the fighter, the trainer, and the promoter, they all said undisputed at 47.
Yeah, so they because they've been playing hopscotch,
and that's why I'm not even. Go ahead.
And that's why I was like, man, that's why I came out and it was like the title on that thumbnail. I was like, my bad, bud, because at one time the same energy I was saying, because I had Canelo, and David Benavidez, and I had Bud and Boots up there, and I was like, man, will they pass the torch, keeping that same energy? And I was like, I had to come out and be like, my bad, Bud, because I was like, well, dang, man, if he like almost like what Shakur doing with Schofield in a sense to where it's like, if he easy money, dunk it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and 2-hand yam that joint on the break right now. You know what I'm saying, for us. But the way this is looking, it's like the Frank Martin and Shakur thing, but way worse. Why? Because Frank Martin, when it comes down to him and Shakur, you're not gonna tell me he didn't duck Shakur. Like, ain't nobody, you can politic it away. We can sit up here for 3 hours. The man ducked Shakur. The only thing, he saved the game when he landed a Tank fight. So in hindsight, you're going to say, oh, yeah, okay, cool. And I'm going to say the same thing for Boots, because that's their career. As a fan, I'm like, man, get your money however if you know you got a plan and all that. The issue is when y'all know y'all got a plan, just like with that Keyshawn shit, saying Tank knowing he had Baranchek. I was like, when y'all know y'all got a plan, don't play the fans. Yeah. But reason why I say it's worse than the Frank situation, because they saying, listen, Boots, his next offer is going to be a mighty. Well, we already know that Stanyanis, he's gonna get what, Giasov, and we know that Norman, he's gonna have in March, he's gonna have the Cuevas fight. That's off the table. That's off the table. And Barrios, we don't know if he's gonna after that performance, we don't know if he's gonna go right into a Boots fight. So what fight? And we ain't talking about no Conor Ben. So you ain't got a Tank Davis in your at 147 in your division to save face with all of this. But all day, look, they were saying that from 47 to 68, which y'all was saying, well, he might well go to 60. And I was saying, well, damn, if he did the second coming to Roy Jones and he gonna beat shit down everybody's leg from 47 to 68, then when the opportunity for Virgil, who we've been waiting on that fight for a long time, we got stood at the altar 3 times with Virgil and Stan Giannis. Once because Stan Giannis was he got hurt, and then 2 times from that rhabdomyolysis shit. But the whole time we've been going back and forth as fans, blacks against Mexicans, or however you want to look at it, about this Boots Virgil. The biggest fight of your life with the most money in your life laying in your lap, and now all of a sudden, nah, man, I'm at 47. And now all this belt stuff, all now where he got to leave. Nobody was saying nothing when you offered that offer to Conwell. You ain't say nothing about, oh, well, what about my belt? Why'd y'all offer Conwell belt? It wasn't no, oh, I might lose my belt. You just fought the mandatory. How you going to do that? They know that. They've been playing us. So they're not going to make me feel bad about this shit, because for the longest time, they were saying that he can do this from 47 to 68. You had us you had somebody like me saying, dang, bud, looking like, man, he looking kind of like he don't want to fight this young lion, man. Like he looking, and I'm like, well, it don't look like it. It don't look like he really did. Because if the Bud fight was on the table, would he still be wanting to undispute or unify at 47? No, that shit sounds good. It ain't gonna be no more massive fight than him and Virgil right now. And that's what they do, man. All these boxers, they do that to a certain extent. They have us all mixed up and putting our energy to it. We just want to see the best. But just if you got a plan and that's your career, which I'm going to support you anyway, because you're a young dude, you could be really in and out like a robbery, really out in Philly, really doing robberies. We want to see you box and get on with the best, but you can't get the benefit of all the doubt, then lie to us, and then trying to have people like Fanny Jaffardi out here, like, really just making every excuse in the book.
Hey, man. Anybody else want to cook before you get up out of here? Because body just body niggas.
Now, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it like this: looking at looking at the rankings, and you brought up Barrios. I mean, he's got a French guy that's right there. You feel what I'm saying? Basically 18-0 guy. You feel what I'm saying? Same, pretty much the same as Floyd Schofield, but with less knockouts. And you got Conor Ben sitting there at number 2.
But it ain't no talk about Conor Ben. And then this the other thing. This the little caveat. After that fight, he said, I would love to fight Virgil. Oh, man, it might be time to go to 54. I would love to fight Virgil. But then behind closed doors, now we want to stay and unify. But the thing is, they also talked about Ryan. And I'm like, that's been the criticism that I've been defending for Boots, and saying, well, listen, man, ain't want nobody fight him. I had to consider that Eddie B, he famous for throwing out a low ball offer. He famous for that shit, right? So why did Ryan come up in the picture then? That don't got nothing to do with no unify, and he a 40 moving up again. That's another Lipinets and one of them guys outside of Custio Clayton or outside of Cody Crowley who didn't cross the finish line. And Cody Crowley had just lost. He had lost his pops, but he was coming through mental health and eye injury and all that, man. It's just some bullshit, man. Like, I'm tired of getting played, bro. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna take my foot off his neck. But when you got like 700 people going around, because watch, when Conwell come out, you know what they gonna say? Oh, this the guy that ducked Boots. And that's not true.
Yeah. And it's just it's a bullshit way to discredit your opponent without ever facing him. You feel what I'm saying? You use a bullshit offer and your media dogs to try to go after the guy, discredit the guy, make the guy wear a jacket that has never shopped in that store. So yeah, it gets fucked up. It makes dedicated boxing fans get get angry and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I was like, look, just between me and you, Joseph, I'm not going to be the guy that puts you in that messy situation. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to ask you your opinion, about how I feel about Jerron Boots Ennis. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to say, listen, if he go ahead and do what he got to do, then I'll give him the pass. If he go ahead and does what they've been campaigning on, because I'm not with the unification talk. I want you to keep that energy you were saying, and it's just my preference as a fan of you keeping the energy of you saying you wanted to become undisputed. I don't see I don't see you not becoming undisputed. You feel what I'm saying? You're just gonna have to walk through the fire with Stanionis.
And they won't break bread. They won't break bread with Blair. They put out well, if he fight Karan, like why y'all getting Karan paid 3 times? And then the last thing, man, and I'm gonna let it go. The last thing, Eddie finally came out and said, I paid a lot of money for that fight. Like, no, duh, you didn't bid on the purse bid. So then you had to pay them folks to go over there to Philly, which you could have just gave the money to Norman, but we knew the Norman shit was bullshit. It's so I could cook on this shit all day. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, we see the plays. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you're part of the conversation, and the conversation that says, you know what, I'm not going to let you make me wear these sunglasses or pull the wool over my eyes, then I see what it is. You feel what I'm saying? If you're one of these guys that want to protect the fighter because you went to back for this fighter because your disdain for Terrence Crawford, you feel what I'm saying? Then it's like, listen, I'm not gonna rock with your talking points, bro, because I do remember how we got here. I do remember the situation or the events that got us to where we are right now. And I can't say it. You feel what I'm saying? It's hard for me to say, I'm lost when I know I never got in a vehicle, I never left my house, and anything else. I only could get lost if I left my house. So I'm secure here, and I'm secure with the information I can find from my own house. So you're not gonna make me believe anything else but what my lying ass eyes tell me. So it is what it is, bro. So I guess that's where I land my plane. At good show, pop. Salute to everybody on the panel and everything like that, bro. We'll chop it up on the next one.
Salute, you know what it is,
Word.
bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, fellas, good one, man. Hey, Crush, man. Salute to you, bro. Philly boxing is always what it is, man. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't hating on Philly boxing. We just mad at these or this one particular fighter who's trying to get us to turn against each other as boxing fans, and that shit is not cool.
Oh, he definitely know. Hey,
Man,
hey,
forget that, man. Boots is the truth, man. He a Boots over everybody, bro. What y'all talking about, bro?
hey, man, land your plane before we get up out of here talking that
You know what
bullshit.
I'm saying? Hey, man, Boots over everybody, bro. Shit, what you mean he ain't ducking? Shit, that's business, bro. What you mean? What you talking about, bro?
They go that Cochran for. I knew you had that Johnny Cochran blood in you, man. Break bread, brother. Break bread, man.
And
But
listen, he
yeah,
got
good
that
cook, man. Good cook, man.
he got that same wicked ass laugh Jerron had in the ring when he was trying to convince everybody he going to 54.
That shit ain't
hey,
happening.
hey, look, I'm gonna keep it 100 though, man. That nigga Boots, boy. I mean, I'm like, bro, what is you saying, bro? You keep backing yourself into a corner. You get out of one corner, then you run to another corner, bro. Like if you're not paying attention to what you're saying to us, man, we remember what you said, bro. So it's all good, man. It is what it is, man. For real, for real. But Smoke, keep up the good work, man. Everybody on the panel, much love, and then everybody in the chat want much love also, and I hope everybody's weekend will be great, and Who y'all got in the fight this weekend?
I got Richardson Hitchens and Jaleel Hackett.
So
I got Jaleel Hackett. I'm Hope Hitchison. I think I don't know. I'm gonna be
I
cool.
know that's a good fight though, man. No matter what, it's still a good fight. I think.
I got
Hitchison and
Jaleel
Pearl.
Hackett. My heart says I want Hitchison to win because it's another strike for New York, but I just don't think he's gonna beat Paro. I just think Paro looked too healthy. He looked ready. He looked ready. But again, I've seen other fighters get on that scale, look fucked up on that scale, and go out because all they needed after all the study and everything, all I needed was one tool to beat this guy.
Well,
So
I'm gonna put a side by side of a drained Devin Haney, and I'm gonna put Richardson
and
because
that's what I'm talking
I was
about.
trying to chime in. I was driving around in the car and I couldn't get on, but I'm like, man, that dude looked straight, man. That man his eyeballs wasn't sunken in or nothing, man. He dark skinned, he dark skinned and he lean, he in shape. So I didn't see that he was drained, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see it, but we gonna see, man. We're gonna cook after the fight anyway.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Either me and Papa's gonna be coming up here saying, "Yo, you got it wrong. Hitchison did his thing. Congrats," or
Look,
it's gonna be you, buddy.
I think I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna go for it. Listen. I want Hitchison to win, bro. But I really do. But I feel like he has some things to work on sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Some of his fights have been close, and sometimes some of his fights I might have thought that he didn't win. He actually lost that fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and lean towards. I want to see Pearl win because for him to get in there with the dog that we call Antoine. You know what I'm saying? Russell, I feel like, he went in there and he dealt with a dog. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? He
he
fought
fought
his way out.
Subriel. That was
No,
Subriel. So it was
that
Subriel.
that was Subriel.
Quelo.
My bad. I meant Matisse.
Quelo
fought.
fought Antoine.
Yeah, I
But
meant
yeah,
Matisse.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I meant.
I
My
feel you
apologies.
though.
I'm glad. Yeah, but I feel like, he dogged it out with Matias. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what Matias is coming to do. You see what I'm saying? So he made it a fight. Matias tried to come back on towards the latter in the rounds. He was making a little bit of run, but shit, by that time it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So the way I feel is, I think Paul, it ain't gonna be by no knockout. I don't see a knockout. That's what I will say. I don't see a knockout. What I see is a fight going the distance, and whoever wins, may the best man win. I really don't hold no. I really don't care who wins, to tell you the truth, but I'm gonna go for Paro. I want to see if he could pull it off, because he pulled it off on Matias, and I felt like Matias. I felt like had some holes, most definitely in his offense and defense, but at the same token, Paro's the only one that pulled it off and got the victory and beat the supposedly allegedly boogeyman of the division. So I'm gonna go with him over Hitchison. And I hate to see it because I want Hitchison to win, bro. The way he was talking, man, I want to see. I want to be like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, but I just think
See Africa, yeah, cause they call him Africa.
yeah, and I think that Paro's gonna show him that dog, and I don't know if he can handle that dog right now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. That's true.
I don't know if Hitchison can handle that dog, so that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm leaning towards Paro. That's what it is. May the best man win, though. I don't really care who wins.
So before we get up out, we about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate that, Blue.
Yeah, most definitely.
Crush, you got anything you want to say before we get up out of here, bro? Crush doing a whole bunch of shit.
Hey, every time it come to closing thoughts, man, Crush be gone. Crush be gone. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'll be real with you. You gotta make sure that you go back and check Coffee and Donuts either on Instagram or on YouTube with Crush.
Mm-hmm.
Call it early in the morning. He do that early in the morning. Make sure you catch that. Like But see, like, I'll be real with you. We on East Coast time, you on West Coast time.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is late night for you. That shit is coffee and donuts for us.
Say less.
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
less. That's what it is too. That's
Well,
exactly what it is.
When
All
we
right,
get up
my
out,
guy.
I salute, bro. I appreciate you pulling up, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate you having me. Thanks for the hitting me up.
You know what it is, and I'm gonna have his pops up here. Well, I'm working on that, but we're gonna have a few more interviews up here. Trust me.
Oh, that's what's up, man. You gotta keep up the good work, man. You know, yeah, keep doing that shit. I like being able to, ask some questions and shit like that, man. I think that's
To actual fighters and see how they feel about it. So, yeah, you know what it is, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right, brother.
You know,
All right,
stay smoking, man.
You already know, you too.
Once I stood on the block, loose cracks, produce stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Once I stood on the block, loose cracks, produce stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back.
Time is money, I can't afford to be a minute late. You the rock like Stockton, chopping on dinner plates. For God's sakes, what a nigga gotta do to make $500,000 without the FBI catching feelings? Four-wheeling and some foreign shit, New York plates. Your baby moms want to suck the baby on, cause I touch weight. The homie in the box, I make sure he's straight. They'll probably hit him at the board on his CR date. Bitch, I'm hood like b-ball games or milk crates. Fuck them all, I stand tall like 6'8". Trap lord, about 100 grams in a Honda Accord. Snow bunnies want it raw. Every day I pray the Lord keep me out the way of the boys. Boatloads of that girl, but I could get you that boy. Yeah, got a little piece, but I want the whole pie. Make my stack rise. I was broken, then I realized.
Once I stood on the block, loose cracks, produce stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Once I stood on the block, loose cracks, produce stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back.
I've got an agenda to carry out. Sit it in a blender, watch it expand to a number it ain't look like before. 0.04, but it look like it's more. Wax paper and rubber bands, that's the hood life decor. Larry Love, turning good wives to whores, compromising with drugs, turning good lives to war. Now I would never advise you get hooked, but if you do, look no further than I give good price to all. On a hood rise for sure. I just let them know that I've got it. It's up to them though if they decide to call. Some say I'm their demise, but this is how I eat. So know that I can tell them no, but know that I won't tell them twice. Some choose to play the game, but not all choose to play it wise. Some are selling their souls for a tooth decaying prize. Grim Reaper persona that'll do away with pride. In time, you meet a lot of them that will one day you die.
Stood on the block, loose cracks, produce stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Cut small pieces to get my loot back. Once I stood on the block, loose cracks, produce stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces